Are you looking for an insightful walkthrough of the STAAR 2023 ELA test? In this video, I will break down the revising and editing questions so you know the correct answers, correlating TEKS, and rationale explaining why the answer is correct. You can also easily navigate through this video using the chapters. Hi there, I'm Angela from Custom Classroom. Just a quick reminder, I'm not affiliated with TEA or STAAR. As a test prep writer and educator, I'm here to offer my interpretation and insights. Before I break down the test, I want to share some news. I just released a 12-week set of editing and revising warm-ups, and the best part is you can try 1 week for free. These practice questions mimic exactly what your students will see on the STAAR test, ensuring they are fully prepared to ace the exam. Click the link in the description and give it a try today. All right, now let's look at the third grade reading release test editing questions. So I skipped to question number 34 here. I'm going to start with the passage. Read the selection and choose the best answer to each question. This paragraph is from Anne's paper about classroom jobs. Read the paragraph and look for corrections Anne needs to make. Then answer the questions that follow. Classroom jobs. Classroom jobs give students a fun and easy way to be helpful. Doing chores, such as erasing the board or collecting papers, saved everyone time. They make students feel as if they are part for a team. Classroom jobs also teach students about responsibility. Some teachers think these jobs are easy. They may be happy to do everything themselves. However, classroom helpers can do a lot if they know what is expected. They can help keep the classroom organized and neatly on busy school days. All children in school should certainly have classroom jobs. So let's look at the first question, 34. What change should be made in sentence 2? So let's look here at sentence 2. And it says change doing to do. So I like to go through and kind of read it. So do chores such as erasing. So doing chores. Classroom jobs give students a fun and easy way to be helpful. Doing chores such as, do chores such as. So doing sounds good there. Be chores to chores. So we're going to look at, does the word chores need to be capitalized in here? Is it proper in any way? And no, it's just the general term chores. So it doesn't need to be capitalized. And then let's look at C, change board, like a hard board, to board as in I don't feel like doing this anymore and I'm tired. So doing chores such as erasing the board. Okay, that is the correct version. And then let's look at D, saved to saves. So doing chores such as erasing the board or collecting papers saves everyone time. Yes, because saying this as in the past tense did not sound quite correct in this sentence. So we know that D is the correct answer. So this question is labeled as 11DII, which is past tense of irregular verbs or verbs. So the tenses of verbs. And all right, let's look at the rationale for this. It says D is correct. Since this paragraph is written in the present tense, changing saved to saves corrects when the action took place. Now let's look at 35. What change should be made in sentence 3? So let's look back at sentence 3. They make students feel as if they are part for a team. So already I can kind of tell that 4 is wrong, but let's go through them anyway. Change make to made. They made students feel, well, we had already decided this is in the present, so changing it to the past is not correct. Change feel to felt. They make students felt. Again, that's the verb tense going the wrong way. Change they are to them are. So they make students feel as if them are. That's not the right kind of use of pronouns there. So let's look at D, change for to of. They make students feel as if they are part of a team. Yes, so D is the correct answer here. It's labeled as 11DVI, which is prepositions, and so we're using this correct form. Of is used very often in example problems that I've seen before. And so the rationale here on 35 is saying that D is correct. Changing for to of in sentence 3 adds clarity by correcting the words that show the relationship between part and a team. And the other incorrects talk a lot about, like what we said, the past tense and changing it incorrectly and using incorrect pronouns. All right, let's look at 36. What change should be made in sentence 5? Okay, so let's highlight sentence 5 and relook at it. Some teachers think these jobs are easy. Teachers from capital to lowercase. So some teachers, yes, in this case, we're just talking about teachers in general. We're not using it as a specific name. So that makes the most sense that we need to lowercase it, but let's keep going. Change think to thought. Some teachers thought these jobs. Well, that's again changing it to the past and we're in the present. Change easy to easier. Some teachers think these jobs are easier, and that's not the, we want to say these jobs are easy. Change the period to a question mark. We're just telling something here, we're not asking. So yes, the correct answer here is A. So this question is labeled as 11DIX, which is capitalization. And the rationale here is showing that A is correct. The word teachers is not a proper noun, therefore it should not be capitalized. All right, here's our final question in this section, 37. What change should be made in sentence 8? Okay, so let's highlight that. They can help keep the classroom organized and neatly on busy school days. So they change can help to helped. Okay, they helped keep. Again, we're changing it to the past. That's not correct. Change neatly to neat. They can help keep the classroom organized and neat. Well, that sounds right because neatly sounded a little weird. So let's pick that. Change busy to busy. So this is a spelling thing. So is busy an S or a Z? It's an S. But you can also look up a word. And so here, if you were unsure, a student could just go buzzy, click the dictionary, no word is found, busy, let's change it to busy, dictionary, okay, yes. So, that's a little bit of a trick, use the dictionary there. Okay, and then change school to school. Again, school is not correct there, but if you're struggling and you're not sure, you're just going to type in school, look it up. That is not a word. Okay, so we're probably correct there with B. So 37, the correct answer is B, and it's labeled as 11DIV, which is looking at adjectives or the describing word and its right tense. So let's see how they are going to explain this in their rationale. They say that B is correct and used the adverb neatly with the adjective organized to describe a physical state of the classroom. Because these words describe the noun classroom, they should both be adjectives. This change corrects the use of the word and makes it an adjective instead of an adverb. All right, so that is the editing questions. If you want some more examples, you can just go next. And there is another passage with 4 more questions. All right, let's take a look at the 3rd grade reading release test items for revising. And I went ahead and skipped to questions 26 through 29 because these are revising questions within this reading test. So first, let's look at the passage and then we'll review over the questions. Read the selection and choose the best answer to each question. Daisy wrote this paper to argue that people should not bring their dogs into restaurants. Read the first draft of Daisy's paper and look for revisions she needs to make. Then answer the questions that follow. Restaurants are not for dogs. My family has 2 dogs. Their names are Lucy and Rocket. We take them almost everywhere we go. Yet there is one place that we do not take our dogs. They never to restaurants go with us. We don't even take them to restaurants that offer outdoor seating for people and their pets. Dogs do not belong in restaurants. First of all, some people are allergic to dogs. On a windy day, a dog's loose fur can blow all over the place. A restaurant customer who suffers from dog allergies might have a reaction from being close to the dog fur. Secondly, dogs can have bad days just like humans. A dog may not want to be around strangers. It might be hungry or tired. It might feel nervous. A restaurant customer or employee could try to pet your dog. What if your dog growls at this person? Finally, dogs need a lot of care and attention. People should be able to relax and people should be able to enjoy a meal. They shouldn't have to pay attention to a pup. The pup might want to go for a walk or need food and water. If a dog is feeling sick or restless, its owner might even have to leave the restaurant early. Some dog owners are nervous about leaving their pets at home. Others say that dogs add to the fun of a meal at a restaurant. But most dogs would probably rather be at home for a while. They are a little like people in that way. They sometimes just need a chance to be alone and rest. Are you going out to dinner soon? You should leave them at home. They are safe and content there. Restaurants are for people, not for dogs. So the first question here is sentence 5 needs to be revised. In the space provided, rewrite sentence 5 in a clear and effective way. So if we look back at sentence 5, we can see, and I'll go ahead and highlight it, they never to restaurants go with us. So this question is a short constructed response where students will need to type into the blank. Now, the scoring guide is not released yet at this time on the exact correct answer here, but from trends I've seen, most of the time these sentences just need to be rearranged. So I'm going to start with simply typing the sentence. And then I'm going to think about a better way to rearrange this. Now, your students won't have Grammarly popping up, unfortunately, but we're going to rearrange this. So they never, I'm going to say go with us to restaurants. So let's see if that makes more sense. So they never go with us to restaurants makes much more sense. So simply taking and rearranging parts of the sentence, majority of the time was what will work on this question. This specific question, question 26, is 11C. This type of question a lot of times will create an opportunity for students to restructure a sentence, or they're rearranging it so that it flows better or makes more sense. Question 27. Daisy wants to add a closing sentence to the third paragraph, sentences 11 through 16. Which sentence could best be added after sentence 16 to help close this paragraph? So let's look back at the paragraph here first. And we're trying to see what's going to be able to follow this to make it sound a little bit better. So secondly, dogs can have bad days just like humans. A dog may not want to be around strangers. It might be hungry or tired. It might feel nervous. A restaurant customer or employee could try to pet your dog. What if your dog growls at this person? So we're going to see what might follow this. The tables can be too close together for your dog. Well, that doesn't make any sense. So let's mark that one out. Dogs don't always like being out, especially at night. I don't know if that really has anything to do with the dog growling at a person. So let's scratch that. Your dog might know how to do a few tricks. Nothing about this has to do with tricks. This would make everyone feel bad, even your dog. Well, that sounds pretty good. So I'm going to read that with that sentence. What if your dog growls at this person? This would make everyone feel bad, even your dog. That sounds great. And if I look on my answer sheet, D is the correct answer. This question is 11BI, which is a structure question, and a lot of times has to do with introductions and conclusions. And for this question, since it's multiple choice, we do have a rationale. And it is said that D is the correct option because a closing sentence of a paragraph captures the overall meaning. This sentence is the best closing sentence to add to paragraph 3 because Daisy is explaining how a dog may or may not want to be around strangers and might react by growling, which is sentence 16. In this sentence, the writer emphasizes how the dog's reaction would make the dog and others feel. So that's their explanation for answer D. Question number 28, how should sentence 18 be revised so that it does not repeat information? Okay, so let's look back at sentence 18 here. People should be able to relax and people should be able to enjoy a meal. Okay, so this question is 11C, which is again the structure. And most of the time when you see something here where it says repeat information, you're simply like taking a piece out. So we can see here, people should be able to relax and people should be able to. So they've essentially just repeated this. So I'm going to remove that so you can see how people should be able to relax and enjoy a meal. If I simply take that extra piece out, that should be my answer. So let's look at our answer choices. People should be able to relax and enjoy a meal. Sure enough, it's right there. People should be able to relax but enjoy a meal. Okay, that's repeating something. People should relax and enjoy to be able for a meal. That wording's off. People should be able to relax, so people should enjoy a meal. It's repeating people. So here we see that yes, A is the correct answer. If we look at the rationale here for question 28, it says that A is correct because the error in sentence 18 is the unnecessary repetition of people should be able to. Revising to eliminate the second occurrence of these words creates a sentence that does not repeat information. All right, and then let's look at 29 here. The meaning of sentence 28 is unclear. Which phrase should replace them in this sentence? So let's look at sentence 28 here. It says, you should leave them at home. Well, this question is in 11C, which is kind of like a structural understanding. So we need a little bit more information in this. So we're going to see which of these phrases can replace them and make it so that we know who they're talking about. And after, we're going to have to read the whole passage so we know that they're really talking about dogs at a restaurant here. So you should leave your furry friends at home. Okay, that makes sense. You should leave those extra items. We're not talking about extra items, we're talking about dogs. You should leave the dogs and cats at home. Cats were not a part of this. You should leave a lot of things at home. Well, that might be true, but this passage is about dogs. I know that dogs are sometimes referred to as furry friends, so kids are going to need some prior knowledge here for this question and know that A is the correct answer. And the rationale behind this one for 29 is A is correct. Replacing them in sentence 29 with the phrase your furry friends clarifies the sentence because this is a way to describe dogs, and Daisy's argument is about why people should not bring their dogs into a restaurant. So these are the questions for the revising portion. If you go next to the next part of the test, you are going to find a couple more revising questions if you want to get more examples. Make sure you don't miss out. Click the link in the description now to get a whole week of my amazing editing and revising warm-ups for free. Don't wait. Grab this incredible opportunity while you can.